Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV. Gonna be casting a game between Liquid Zenio and SkyGrace. It is a TVZ on Cloud Kingdom, and I know many of you were Idra fans. That's why I picked a Zenio game, because I don't have any Idra replays, but Zenio and Idra play very, very similar. Both macro styles, both have insane APM, and also both stick on Ling Bling Muta a little bit too long. If you put e.g. Idra in Zenio's name, you would easily get those two mistaken. I don't know if they have the same inject method or that detailed, but they do play similar in their playstyle, so we'll get to see a game between Zenio and SkyGrace. No clue who SkyGrace is, but this is the Korean ladder, so SkyGrace must be insanely talented, because I believe he was Grandmaster. We'll be able to check that after this game in SC2 Gears. He is going to be opening up with the 10 supply depot, because why not? That's what all Terrans do. Then going to be going for a 12 barracks. The thing I'm curious about is how quickly he ends up walling this in. Cloud Kingdom is one of those maps where it's very, very hard to get like an Overlord scout in your opponent's base, just because by the time the Overlord gets to your opponent's base, it's pretty late. We do see Zenio going to this bottom portion, then he's going to go on over. This is in good position to get a scout on what your opponent is doing. If he sent his Overlord to this area, then he'd get a scout on the natural timing. So the second Overlord actually going to be going over to this area, which means he's not going to have an Overlord by his natural, which makes it a little bit harder to deal with any type of bunker rushes. We'll see if Zenio pulls another drone just to check the area where his hatch is building, because he is going to be going for a hatch first, right at 15. Both his Overlords are out. This one's actually just watching the third base, and that is a little bit odd, not watching over the natural. I'm not sure exactly what this Overlord is thinking. Drone does get in. He does go around the middle line. If he's smart, he counts the SCVs and knows there's no proxy racks. It's just a one barracks type play. The drone is going to be hiding out right here. And I'm curious what Zenio is going to be doing over at this third base, since the Overlord is pushed. Is he going to go on a very, very fast third base, which could be problematic just because it's hard to defend against Hellions, which we do see SkyGrace opening up with, unless SkyGrace takes another gas and goes with Sky Terran to put justice to his name. We do have him coming in to scout this one hatch, and the SCV does come, immediately backs off. We do have Zenio with a drone, and he saw the SCV leaving the base with his drone scout. So, since he saw the SCV leaving, he knew the exact time it would be getting over to the natural and had a drone there ready to go. So, big props to Zenio. That was some sick map knowledge of that. I did not know the time it took for an SCV to go, and I know that wasn't just luck. That is Zenio, and that is all skill. Now, he is going to be just mining those minerals, and did some damage to the bunker, but the bunker will have to be canceled. We do have a single Marine coming, but he has a death wish, as there's nothing there for him. The drones will easily be able to pick him off without losing a single one. He is microing that one Marine up, then the drones do get pulled off, and he does get a kill. Zenio trying to get a spine crawler up, but no, he just could not. But Zenio still in the game. He is not upset, and he hasn't just rage quit out, because, well, unlike Idra, Zenio does play it till the end. That is his Korean mentality. Plays it until, well, the last unit is dead almost. Not to that extreme, but you all get what I'm saying. We do have a reactor Hellion about to be being produced, as the factory has started. The reactor is done on the barracks, and he is going to be producing as many Marines as he can with this. And this looks like he can sneak out 5 Marines with this one factory without cutting into his Hellion production by doing this way. And the Ling is going to come and kind of gets in the base, sees what he would have seen if the supply depot was up, so just a little bit odd for him to leave the supply depot down. However, it was only a single Ling, and he knew that, so wasn't too worried about that. We do have the scouting barracks for SkyGrace moving on out. Maybe that's not going to be scouting. Maybe he's just going to start walling up down here. If it is scouting, he will be going into mech play. We do have that Orbital Command morphing while he is getting another command center, so this is definitely not going to be a scouting barracks, as he does need those Marines. And he is just going to be placing his... No, he's checking for Overlords. Okay, that's what he was doing. Had 4 Marines, was checking if there were any Overlords pushed on this high ground with that barracks. And since there weren't, the barracks is going to be returning back on home and building a tech lab. Pretty cool play right there. We do have this one Overlord from Zenio moving on down. In about 5 minutes, he'll get down to this natural, and we'll be able to see, hey, there's a base down here. But by that time, we will have SkyGrace taking his third base. And of course, Zenio knows that. We do have a spine cola up here and a spine cola behind here, and this is just to fend off against Hellions. And the Hellions are a little bit later than I am used to seeing, I believe. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe the factory started a little bit later. I don't exactly know why. We do have the bunker up, and these Hellions going to be coming in. And see the Spine Crawler up and immediately back off after getting 2 shots off on it. That was a little bit of a mistake. I'm not exactly sure what he was doing, but he is producing Marines and SCVs. 29 workers to 34. We have those Hellions just looking around. We do have Zenio starting his creep spread, and unlike a lot of the maps, this one is very hard to deny a Zerg creep spread just because you got both of these areas. You need to keep 3 Hellions down here and 3 over here. It takes 6 Hellions to deny creep spread from your opponent. And, well, he has exactly 6, so we'll see if he ends up placing Hellions at both sides. The Hellions are going to be coming up. We have a Spine Crawler watching both entrances for Zenio. He is getting that speed. The speed just about done, along with a Baneling's Nest being started. But we do have Siege Tech on the way for SkyGrace, and looks like he will be doing a probably a 9:30 minute push out. I'd say he'd be leaving his base at 9:30. We do have +1 melee attack on the way with a Baneling's Nest and a macro hatch for Zenio. Again, it is relatively hard to take this 3rd base. That's why you do see Zenio moving that Spine Crawler, using the creep to inch his way over there. Once the Spine Crawler can get in this area, then it's much, much safer to take that base. But until it's there, he can't exactly take that. While SkyGrace is going to be, well, he's just using this to build SCVs right now, and it's a little bit close to this, so he's getting a small economical benefit for the command center being placed there, but not a huge one. And of course, he gets those extra mules, which is what really counts. We do have SkyGrace being supply capped at 73 supply. The supply depot was about a quarter of the way done, so pretty big supply cap there, but his minerals not going up too high. And he is building tanks this whole time, so it doesn't slow down his tank production at all. We do have Zenio with an Overseer coming in here, and the Overseer will get taken out, but he does get a full scout of what SkyGrace is doing. And it's 9:50. Where's my 9-minute and 30-second mark? Oh, wait, we have 4 Hellions over here just trying to take out this one hatch. Lings are going to be coming and get the surround on those Hellions, but the Hellions inch their way out, but the Lings get another surround and take out all 4 Hellions with minimal losses. Very nicely done there by Zenio. I hear more Hellions somewhere, I guess. I don't know where that went. Oh, right there, dead. That was fast. And SkyGrace is going to be moving out at 10:30, and this is definitely a risky time to move out, because at 9:30, you get there as like the Spire's halfway done, and they're kind of saving up their gas. But when you move out this late, the Spire is going to be finished, and they will have Mutalisks to deal with this. And if SkyGrace doesn't do enough damage here, then the Mutas will be able just to immediately go into SkyGrace's base and deal damage, because he won't have time to get that Marine count up high enough. Additionally, this is the variant with 2 tanks really fast, so he won't have any medevacs, which means he can't really stim. But SkyGrace having missile turrets all over his base, oh man, he is protected against Muta, so he is not scared about losing all his Marines if it does come down to that, because he has plenty of missile turrets around his base. I think that was like 8. 7. And we have SkyGrace now coming in here, throws down the scan, gonna take out a few tumors, and we have 1 Muta on the way right now with 6 on the field. And how many Marines is this? It looks like 19, but SkyGrace is going to be pulling back. He did see that Muta play and knows he could be in trouble just because 1 Baneling hit, and then those Mutas will clean everything up. It's never a good thing to lose 2 tanks to Mutas this early in the game, so SkyGrace returning back home. He does have his 3rd base up and did force Zenio to build some things. But Zenio looks like he didn't really morph that many Banelings. The cool thing about that push out is you can force a Zerg player to morph Banelings, which cuts down on their Muta numbers. We do have these queens going way off the reserve, but Zenio, he has a lot of queens out. He has 6 queens to his 4 hatches, or actually 5 hatches, because he has the 1 macro hatch, that +1 just about done for those Mutas as they are going across the field. He will be seeing this 3rd base for the first time, and if he clicks on the mineral patch, he will know, okay, it hasn't been 100 mine from that one, so it is relatively new. He tries to kill off the missile turret, gets 1 SCV, and this 1 SCV does get extremely weak, but no big deal. SkyGrace holding that off. We do have Zenio, though, going on 4 bases right now, and there's medevac should be coming out relatively soon. He's probably got 2 right now. So he will be moving out now again that he has medevacs and that he can stim. It's never a good thing if you can't stem. And going back to that 10-30 minute push out, he didn't have any medevac, so if you want to deal with the Ling's Blings, he just stem all his units, and that would make them weak against the Mutas for when the Mutas did want to come in. We do have a bunch of Lings coming over here. SkyGrace does see that Zenio gearing up to do some type of counterattack. Nice micro on those Mutas, just picking off whatever he can, and there's a bunch of Lings and Banelings. This third base does not look like it stands a chance, but SkyGrace is going into Zenio's main, so it looks like we may have some funky base trade. But SkyGrace, is he pulling back his units? I don't know exactly what those units doing. Kind of just chilling out in no man's land right now. The Marines do fall back. This command center does lift up. The command center will be taken out. And SkyGrace now gonna be moving this one tank, getting pushed along by all of those Marines. Marines do come down here, gonna try to take off some Mutas. Gets 3 Mutas, I believe that was. And now he's gonna be moving on back. That does buy the command center enough time to get to this high ground, we can put Marines there and go up. Baneley's coming in. The supply depots are not raised! And they could have just taken out this bunker and done a lot of damage. But SkyGrace is going to be moving in here. Now Zenio's third base is under siege. And there's a lot of Marines in here. I don't think Zenio is going to be easily cleaning this force up anytime soon. We do see SkyGrace with an immediate split on his units just so he doesn't get fungal growth or just hit by massive Banelings. Those Mutas are at 1-0 while SkyGrace, he is at 1-1. Lings, do they have any upgrades? Yes, they are also at 1-1. Scan goes down so I can see where it is, but he did deny 2 bases. That does still keep Zenio on 3 bases. While SkyGrace is really on just 2, as Lings did come in here and try to do some more damage. Doesn't look like many SCVs were killed by those Lings. Maybe 1 mule. 15 SCVs have died to the 4 drones. So while Zenio is losing his third base, he did keep most of his drones alive, which is a really big thing. And drop going to come down here, but those Mutas do clean up as SkyGrace is moving into Zenio's natural. And this is going to be one hard hold. And we do see Zenio getting those Lings in. Looks like he wants to go for a full surround. And we're just waiting now as his Marines do come in, poking at those Overlords. And it's any minute now. Here we go. Everything is running in. We do have Lings and Banelings at both sides. Those Lings coming in, targeting those tanks, trying to get all the tanks down, along with the Mutas helping out. All the tanks have fallen. There's just a few Marines left. And I think Zenio has just held. It is 120 supply to 128. And that was a beautiful hold. But SkyGrace is going to be moving out with another force. He was macroing up like a champ during all that. And Zenio, his minerals are getting a little bit high. 2K, 1K. Oh, man. Zenio is definitely stacking, but does have his macro hatch working. He is in fungal growth researching, and this one doesn't have a queen on it, so it can't be injecting, which he really does need. He is getting up a few spine crawls because he has the money, and this will also deter against any type of drops. 3 Marines going to be standing up, does see all these spine crawls. He knows, okay, this is my chance. I have to come in now unless these spines are going to be up. Handful of Lings and Banelings getting out before all those tanks can siege, and this is a cute position for the 10. He can siege his tanks up here and hit this one hatch, I believe. So this hatch is also going to be falling, but Zenio going to be launching a counterattack, it looks like, and just giving up this one hatch, pulling his drones off. Did not lose a single drone there, but we have 2 slackers right here, way off in the back, and throws a scan, sees the Lings still off down here. Zenio trying to find a base that he can deal with. Doesn't want to come in here and attack just because it's so easy for the 10 player to defend. But there's no units really there, just one bunker with no Marines in it. So Zenio should just go in there. He can walk right on in, and we're waiting. But it looks like he is going to set up a big flank and deal with this. Screw that counterattack idea. He does come in. All the Marines get microed back, and the Lings come in from behind to clean up the tanks. Still a few Banelings left, but he is going to be retreating with that. This tank at 15 kills, that one at 20. We have 3 medevacs now loading up on all Marines. Those tanks are very vulnerable. Infestor has just come out in the nick of time to get a massive fungal growth off, and those tanks can be sneaking on out of there. And here we go, the drop is coming. There's a bunch of Infestors landing all those fungal growths. One Queen does fall. The Queen gun tried to stay alive, but no, that one falls as well. But the Marines will be dying due to the fungal growth over time. But these tanks have managed to survive, and that is decently good. And Zenio taking 3 more bases, so he is going to be at 6 base, it looks like, to the 3 base. But going over to this worker count, it is 62 drones, 77 drones, to 51 SCVs. This one Marine, that guy is a baller champ. Man, is he just doing the damage. Not killing anything, he's kind of a pacifist like that. But he just likes to do damage. The Queens do come off. And end his life. We do have the 4th base for SkyGrace now taking, and tanks are going up in siege position, but Zenio looks like he is in mode to pounce on him, but no, he is going to be pulling back and just going to be chasing this one force off. You can see it because of the creep. All the tanks going to go into their siege mode, and those Lings got to get up close to them. There's Banelings running back, all those Infestors getting targeted down. It looks like Tank's doing a great job at targeting those Infestors down. So many of them went down. I don't even think one fungal was cast there. But Zenio has so many hatches up. Man, can he just produce units. 3 armor just finishing for SkyGrace. That will put him at 3-3, while Zenio, he is still at 2-2. And a Queen standing her ground. And this Marine's going to go and put an end to her life. The Infestor's trying to come up, but there's a huge split on the Marines. No room to really fungal growth. Does get a fungal growth off on a tank, but doesn't really do all that much. Zenio still just falling back, producing lots and lots of Lings from his 7 hatches he has up. Tanks coming back in siege mode, and they will have the high ground advantage here. All those tumors have been taken out, so Zenio cannot really see, and at the same time we have a drop going off on this base. But all the drones can transfer over here, and Zenio won't lose that much in terms of resources, besides just all the mining time. If the drones do get transferred over, there's 14 drones have been killed versus the 15 SCVs. Lings are coming in to deal with this one drop. While those tanks working the way on this, both of those hatches do fall. That puts Zenio on 4 bases to SkyGrace's 4 bases. Tanks sieging up, and oh man, they're going to get some hits off on those Infestors. One Infestor going down, and Marine's going to take out yet another one. While tanks are just coming here, sieging up the drones. Zenio has done such a good job at pulling drones away, but this time he has just lacked. We do have a drop coming off over here, but that does get dealt with relatively easily. Even that medevac does get taken out. We do have a planetary fortress down here as the 4th base. And a Greater Spire, I believe, did finish. Yes, it did, but Zenio is going in for Ultralisks. And that is a much better play when you don't go for those mutas, because you can hit Marines before they hit 3-3. If you hit like Marines when they're at just 1 attack and you have Ultras at 3-3 or 5-3 because of the +2 for chitinous plating, Marines deal 1 damage a shot. If they have 2 weapons, then they deal 2 damage per shot, then 3-3. But once they're 3-3 and you're getting Ultras now, those Marines can just easily deal with the Ultras. The great thing about the Ultra is they're much faster than the Broodler in terms of getting them out. But without that chitinous plating, Marines just deal so much damage. 9 damage a shot. These Ultras right now only have 4 armor, so they're going to be doing 5 damage a shot versus the 3 that they should be doing if that chitinous plating was done, or chitinous plating. Those tanks are going down, do a beautiful Ling surround. And, wow, I was not expecting Zenio to clean that up so easily. 117 supply, though, to 119. We have another drop for SkyGrace right now over at the 4th base. So Zenio is going to be put back on 3 bases, and his income is going to be absolutely shattered. Zenio has to do a lot of damage. Look at that income tab. You can see he is not mining all that much. His main is mined out. His natural is mined out. You got drones long distance mining at the 3rd base. This is his only real mining base, and he's not even getting gas from it. We do have drones getting gas at that base and this base. And he is not getting that chitinous plating. That is such a good upgrade for those Ultras. Without it, I think Ultras are relatively useless, just because, again, Marines can take them out so easily. Thankfully, he does have the +3 armor upgrade. Drop going over here, but immediately getting picked up as the drones do get pulled away. 29 drones have been killed. And SkyGrace looking like he is in the lead of this game. He is getting a bunch of Vikings out there, and this could be the mistake he makes. If he gets too many Vikings anticipating Broodlords, those Ultras are going to be worth their weight in gold, even without that chitinous plating. I mean, if the Vikings, they don't do anything to Ultras really, so that would be definitely good. Lings coming in, do start running away. We have Ultras to tank damage if he wants to go in and engage, but he just wants to get all his bases back up. He is still at 68 drones, so once these bases are up, he doesn't have to build drones, and he just goes back on that income. As you see that skyrocketing back up, it's much higher than the 300 it was not too long ago. And this one medevac just playing mind games on patrol right here. Trying to bait Phone Ghost, but Zenio cannot Phone Ghost that. We do have another drop coming off over here. And the extractor does fall, just trying to stop all the gas income, and that is a very good play for SkyGrace. He's not really worried about the hatch because he knows he can't take that out, but as long as he takes out those extractors, that is doing damage to the Infestor, Broodlord, Ultra, whatever count it is, other than Lings. And SkyGrace, Zenio can build all the Lings he wants. SkyGrace has tanks and 3/3 Marines. So Lings are not doing that much, and this one hatch does fall. And a few Marines are going to be lost at depth. They're even going to take out quite a few Lings. The one drop still just idling off over there, but we have 2 more medevacs on the way. And I don't know if Zenio could see that. He is putting units in to deal with the dropship. Has a few corruptors out, so it looks like he will be going into Broodlord tech. And that medevac going to be going down as it unloads units. A few Marines don't make it out. Big drop going over in this natural. There are plenty of Lings and Ultras here. Going to clean this up as the Lings go back, the drones go back to mining. And the medevac is moving up, but at the same time we have another drop over at Zenio's third base, and Zenio is going to be losing this hatch. And a drop coming over here with the Spine Crawler being worth its weight in gold right now. Ling's going to be, Marines cutting those Broodlings out, and now going to try to cancel over this base. Zenio is pulling his units to deal with this, and SkyGrace's drops are just relentless. 188 supply to 155 supply. Zenio is forced to keep trying to take bases. And big foam growths go off though on all of those Marines. Lots of Marines that have fallen in that, and those tanks don't have any protection. Those Ultras coming in here and picking off the tanks. Actually, they're chasing Marines down, but there we go. Those tanks have fallen. 147 supply to 164. We have SkyGrace now moving that one command center, and looks like he will be finally taking his 5th base. Corruptors are now out cleaning up medevacs to try to put an end to those drops, as Zenio has lost a lot of gas to that. Every time a hatchery gets sniped, that is 360 less gas you will be able to mine at a minimum. And you can see this base still doesn't have the gas, so taking out that one extractor definitely hurts Zenio's gas income, which is very important to Zergs at this stage of the game. And Zenio looks like he wants to build Broodlords, but he just can't. And even if he did, there's still Vikings up to deal with that. And this, I don't even know what base this is anymore, but hatchery number 84 is going to be falling as 3 Marines do wail away on it. And Zenio just be like, okay, well, it's just another hatch. Those are expendable, I guess. I've lost enough of them. What is one more hatch worth to me? And that is a lot of love that will also be going down. Broodlings do come out, and a few Marines may die because of the tank friendly fire. And Zenio gearing up to put a big attack on this one force. But SkyGrace has definitely got a spread on. His mech is at 3-0. His bio is at 3-3. I'm kind of surprised he doesn't have any armor upgrade on that mech. But I guess his thought pattern is, well, if things get close enough to my tanks, they're screwed anyways. No amount of armor is going to be saving them. Instead, he is using that money on ship weapon upgrades, just anticipating the switch over to Broodlords, even getting a few Thors in that army, which deal well with Ultras and deal mediocre against Broodlords. They don't really deal that well, unless they're at 3-3 and the Broodlords don't have any upgrades, but they're better than tanks. And that is the key thing. Lots of Infestors over here, but they are going to get away after throwing down a Fungal Growth. And Zenio going to go into position, does have a bunch of Queens right there. And he may start using those Queens to transfuse his Ultralisks in this battle. And going to be picking off those 3 Marines. Every Marine does count, and everything he killed does count in this type of scenario. And Zenio, despite losing bases so much, he is doing a great job at staying in this game. Maybe SkyGrace was just too aggressive and did not expand enough. That Queen is going to be falling. And there's still plenty of Ultras, and he still doesn't have chitinous plating. That is a mistake. We do have a drop going off. That one hatch does get taken out at PF, does get morphed right here, taking out the creep as it tries to spread its way over there. We do see SkyGrace with a beautiful tank spreading right now. And Zenio looks like he wants to take out this 1/5 base, sending a bunch of Lings on over. And does he have Adrenal Glands? No, he does not. And that is definitely a huge mistake. Not only does he miss out on chitinous plating, but he misses out on his Adrenal Glands upgrade. And that is definitely a huge mistake. But the PF does get taken out rather easily. Zenio is going to be losing this one base, but all his drones are going to be transferring over here. He doesn't lose any of them, so all he's losing is mining time. His resource will shoot back up, and we do have SkyGrace. This is his last mining base. If this does get taken out, then SkyGrace is in a world of trouble. And Zenio, he may have enough Banelings actually just to click on that PF and then hope he can use Infestors to delay SkyGrace long enough for him to get up an army, because Zenio will be mining while SkyGrace will not be mining, and finally going to be taking the gases on that. And here, what's he going to do? Scan goes down on this army. We do see SkyGrace taking another expansion way over there. That's in a little bit of a sneaky position. And SkyGrace is going to come in here and start attacking Zenio's third base. Zenio already giving up the flag and just pulling his drones away. But he is going to be setting up for a very, very nice flank, it looks like. And the tanks don't have that good of a spread as they've had all game long. So if there ever is a time to attack, here it is right now. And Zenio is going to be going in any minute. And there we go. Lings coming in and everything is in position. We're about to have the surround of the lifetime. And this will most likely call the game. This one battle is going to be deciding it. Ultra's coming in, Baneling's coming in, and it looks like Zenio is going ahead. There's so many Vikings to deal with, no Broodlords. And Zenio making that look easy, going in this army supply. 43 to 50, Zenio does not have the lead, but we have 7 Vikings out, 14 supply, and worthless units. We do have a drop coming over here, and this will be Zenio's last mining base, and the Marines are targeting drones, it looks like, not the hatch. And that may be a mistake. He could have taken out that hatch, I think. If he did, Zenio wouldn't have any money, and then the drops would just be coming along, so maybe the game isn't determined yet. Both players are very resilient, and 2 Lings being burned right here, maybe stopping that command center. Another drop is coming off, trying to delay the mining as long as possible. Fallen Growth happens, there's Marines, and Medevac are good as dead. But SkyGrace still has a scary army. Zenio in a lot of trouble, but is he getting any upgrades for his Ultras? No. No, both of these upgrades still not going along, so it looks like Zenio has completely forgot about those 2. And the drone is going to see the PF morphing, and all the units are going to be going on over there. Another command center is going to be lifted off, so he is going to be trying to take another base, and Zenio sees SkyGrace moving out and decides, okay, let's not attack the one base, let's just take out this entire army, and it looks like he will be doing that, catch the army out of position. Ultras just storm in, and wow, Ultras are being so darn effective. Zenio, I don't know what he is doing with them, but they are not the Ultra I am used to seeing being very, very cost effective. Somehow, somewhere, there is a will, there's a way, and even Queens want to get on in the action now, but Tank's going to siege up. They don't have vision of this high ground, but the Queens are going to be retreating. We do have this one base still mining, and Zenio is going to go in with his Ultras, and Ultras are PF's worst nightmare. I don't even know why he's going to go with Lings. That is an absolute waste, because Lings just get taken out. Then the big bad boys do come in, and we'll just see this PF fall to the ground. Infestor coming in, I don't know what that was thinking. We do have SkyGrace now moving out. Zenio has a few Lings here. Looks like he has a bird, 1 Ling, stopping that base from landing. And Marines are going to come in. All the drones do boo, but this one hatch could be the casualty. Marines are trying, and Marines did split off. And 9 HP. If those Marines did not split off, that hatch would have been taken out, and Zenio would be back to 1 mining base. And, yeah, that command center still just in the air. 113 supply, 295 supply, and SkyGrace is beginning to be mined out, and I think Zenio may have this game. SkyGrace does siege up all his tanks. The tank's not spread out, and that just allows the Ultras to cleave them to death. Big Fallen Growth going off on those Marines. And now 85 supply, or 66 supply, 285. But there is a Viking drop now going on because he has ran out of Medevacs and Marines, but he still had Vikings, and now going to be dropping those things. Unfortunately, well, they are at 2-1 upgrades. That is not too bad. But SkyGrace has spent so much money in these Vikings, getting upgrades, building them up, rebuilding them during battles, and every Viking is 1 less Medevac. And Zenio hasn't really built any air. Has a few corruptors out just to put constant threat of Broodlords and deal with Medevacs that end up going off and hiding that 1 Ling. Still being burned. I cannot imagine how annoying that must be. Viking is going to be just lifting back up. And that hatch does fall. It was only at like 10 HP, so easy kill for that Viking. Zenio down to 1 mining base, while SkyGrace not really mining at all. Has to take this 1 base and is going to transfer SCVs and may even just throw the scan and kill the SCV with his, kill the Ling with his SCVs. But SkyGrace is here doing a big drop on Zenio, and this game still could go either way, guys. This hatch is going to be taken out, and Zenio will still be on 1 mining base. And those SCVs don't... Okay, there goes the scan. That Ling does have 3 armor. So those SCVs don't do... Well, they do decent damage. Ling does get taken out, and now the command center can finally land. And Zenio should have spread creep during all that time, but guess he just wasn't thinking, because he still does not have that chitinous plating or adrenal glands. And now both players just mining off of 1 base. And there will be another contest at the end of this cast, so definitely watch it till the end. Lings are coming in. This PF is going to be falling as Infestors do get the phone gross off. It is burning, and there goes the GG. So again, if you want, this time it's not a ZVZ. We had a bunch of vultures going in there, so leave me a message, comment on my YouTube page saying your favorite StarCraft 2 player, and on Sunday's cast, I will be picking a person randomly that did leave a comment saying a player name, and the winner gets $10. So, I think maybe MLG Gold, I don't know what it is, but that may get you high def to some stream event relatively soon. So, definitely leave a comment there, and we will be going into SC2 Gears momentarily. And I always do that. There we go. APMs. You have Zenio with 72 macro, 160 micro, with a 32% redundancy, while SkyGrace 53 macro, 121 micro, with a 23% redundancy. I think I said 23 for Zenio. It's actually 32. Going over into builds tech, ability groups. We have 47 scans, 102 stems, 29 mules. Only 3 corruptions, despite having this corruptors for so long. That was a mistake. 22 different transfuses, 43 phone grows, 144 banelings, 59 injects. And for a 43-minute game, that's not that many injects, but in Zenio's defense, he did not have that many hatches. Going over to this inject graph, you can see he kind of just gave up on injects altogether once it came down to like the 26-minute mark. His average gap for that game is only 23.8 seconds. I guess maybe he didn't have queens and it doesn't count because this is definitely higher than 23.8. Go over there, you can see it's not really going down, so I don't know why. But it goes down when we're over here, so it realizes stuff happened and isn't even counting that. So nice job, SC2 Gears, going off in the 10-minute, as that is my homework I normally do. 11 seconds. Again, Stefano averages between 9 and 10. Damaga averages between 5 and 6. Just to give you a perspective on injects, and I think Nest also averages between 5 and 6 at the 10-minute mark. Let's see. We can go over into this. Units built, we had... Is that 600 links? Can't see because of the names, but that looks like 639 lings. And that's 279. That's about a third of the way up. So yeah, that is 639 lings to 477 Marines. Holy cow. Hopefully you enjoyed the game. Take care, guys. And don't forget to leave a comment with your favorite player. And I'd use that to try to not only get players casting, replays who I want to cast, but also the matchups. I try to pick matchups which have people's favorite players. So, again, take care. See you tomorrow.